Numerical number 19, the expression of n is given. We have to find the dimension of diffusion constant d. We have to find dimension of diffusion constant d. So in this case, what is n? N is equal to number of particles crossing unit area perpendicular to x-axis in unit time. So in unit time means we have to divide number of particles by time and area. So hence what is the dimension of n? Dimension of n is what? Dimension of number of particles divided by dimension of time into dimension of area. We know that number of particles is a number, so it has no dimension, means dimensionless is 1. Dimension of time is denoted by t. Dimension of area is L square. Hence we get the dimension of n as what? L to the power minus 2, t to the power minus 1. Again, we know that dimension of n2 is same as dimension of n1 because n1 is subtracted from n2. That is what? Number of particles according to the question. N2 and N1 are what? Number of particles per unit volume divided by volume. Per unit volume means it should be divided by volume. Hence dimension of N2 is equal to what? Number of particles has no dimension, that is 1, and volume has a dimension L cube. Hence what is the dimension of N2? It is only L to the power minus 3. So now find the dimension of D. Now what is the expression of dimension of D from the given equation? Dimension of D is what? Dimension of minus 1 due to negative sign, dimension of n, dimension of x2 minus x1 divided by dimension of n2 minus n1. Now minus 1 has no dimension, that is 1. And what is the dimension of n? N is number of particles passing through unit area in unit time. That is L to the power minus 2, t to the power minus 1. And x2 and x1 are distance. So here we can write only L in place of x2 minus x1, they are distance. So since what we can say, since under bracket, dimension of x2 minus x1 is same as the dimension of x2, same as the dimension of x1, and same as the dimension of length, because x1 is subtracted from x2, that's why they will have the same dimension. And what about the dimension of n2 minus n1? That will be equivalent to dimension of n2. Since what is the logic? N2 and n1 have the same dimensions, so that's why here logic is what? Since dimension of n2 minus n1 will have the same dimension as that of n2. So here we get in the numerator, we get what? If we simplify, L to the power minus 1, t to the power minus 1. And n2 has the dimension, we get the n2 has the dimension L to the power minus 3. L to the power minus 3. So finally we get the dimension of diffusivity or diffusion constant is what? L square t to the power minus 1. That is the dimension of diffusion constant. This is the dimension of diffusion constant. And this is one of the answer. So this is what dimension of diffusion constant. That is the answer. Diffusion constant.